All right, we're here with Broober Buffs. I'm going to be talking about this matchmaking update. I've read some stuff, like just little tidbits, but getting into this and seeing about how it's going to affect the game. So let's just jump right into it. This update includes a revamp to how the matchmaking system works, as well as the introduction of a new matchmaking mode. You can now choose to play in either standard mode or unranked, with a new ranked mode introduced in this update. This is something I was extremely excited for. I was hoping. I literally have a command for this about my rank where I say, hey, tell Valve to add an unranked mode so I don't have to use a Smurf. The Smurf account or whatever is now, it's going to be essentially obsolete. I really ever need to use it anymore now that they finally added this. Okay, standard mode provides a lower stakes way to play Deadlock with friends without having to worry about adjustments for your rank. There's no restrictions on party size or skill spread. Perfect. You can also play in this mode to practice heroes you're less familiar with, as the matchmaker will adjust the game it puts you in to account for your experience with that hero. Again, this is exactly what I wanted. Awesome. Ranked mode gives players a way to queue up for more competitive games against similarly skilled... Okay, we already know this. Each season, seasons, you'll be able to climb the ranks and see how far you can go, blah, blah, blah. Okay, these, I like these new badges. I like the old Eternus. I'll probably grow into liking this one. I feel like Ascendant, the name, I feel like Ascendant should be, I don't know, I feel like maybe Phantom, but that's irrelevant. Anyways, it's also interesting. We have brick, stone, iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then it goes all the way up. Okay, these are like the, I guess we call these like the metal ranks, essentially now, and then these are the higher 3 ranks. Okay, eligibility and seasons. To be eligible to queue for ranked mode, you must have at least 60 wins in the standard mode. To ensure higher quality games, ranked mode expects that you have a solid understanding of the games you play in it. So the mode only allows you to pick heroes that you've won at least 15 games with in standard mode. You must have at least 3 heroes unlocked for ranked to be able to have a valid size roster to queue with. Okay, so... Oopie. So going over here, if I tried to queue up now... Oh, wow, okay. So a little bit of a revamp. Apollo... Oh, what the hell? He's doing like the fucking Mog phase, like the... That's what he looks like now. Okay, anyways, we look at ranked. So look, so it's only going to allow these people that I've only gotten a certain amount of wins on to be able to actually queue up. So I like that, which is kind of crazy just because of how old this account is. I'm like, I couldn't tell you the last time I played Yamato or Warden. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm like, I just don't play these heroes very much. That's annoying. I'm going to have to do this on Viscous. But anyway, so now, it works retroactive, but, I can't play these heroes that I don't have any matches on now. But I like this. I like that you have to, the familiarity that you can't, because that was a big thing. It's like, man, I don't feel like I can learn heroes. Well, now you have to. You have to win. So I like this change quite a bit, but we will see about how that affects other things. I also like that standard just front and center. I can't get it. He looks like a fish person. It looks like he has gills or something. They need to work on this artwork. It doesn't look very good, in my opinion. Anyways. All right, to be eligible to queue for ranked mode, you must have at least 60 wins. We talked about this. Ranked mode has seasons, with the first season starting today. That's July 30th, and ending on October 7th. So what is that, like 67 days? No, it's more like, I think it's more than that, actually. I think it's like 68, 69 maybe. Anyways, after which the following season will begin. At the conclusion of the season, the highest rank you achieved will be permanently saved in your rank history badge. So it's probably it's going to be in your showcase. Something like that is what I have to imagine. As the season starts, everyone will enter a calibration... Okay, sorry, I skipped over one part. Oopie. Future ranked seasons will likely have longer durations with splits in between. Breaks within the season where rank adjustments are made, as well as recency requirements on the heroes played. As the season starts, everyone will enter a calibration phase for 8 games. All players will have a soft reset of their prior rank, maintaining some history of your previous performance relative to other players to help seed you initially into the calibration games. This part I'm really excited about. Players can only exit calibration at a max rank of Oracle 6. You cannot be in a party during calibration matches. I also like this because this means it's going to cut down considerably. Of course, it's not going to completely curb it, but this will help a lot with Smurf accounts, right? Where the most you're ever going to be able to do, you have to do 15 games on each hero that you want to play, and then you're only going to get out until Oracle 6. I assume it's like if you win every single or all 8 games, the most you're going to be is Oracle 6. So then you would have to grind up if you're trying to do that. It's not, you just play probably like 50 games and then you can just be Eternus 6 on like a brand new account. So I'm really happy about that. Ranked mode will currently only allow for solo or duo parties. If you're in a duo party, both players must be at most 1 rank away from each other. So like Mystic and Ritualist, or like Ascendant and Phantom would be another example. However, Eternus players can only queue with another Eternus player as long as they're within 3 sub-ranks of each other. This is another change I really like. Now, mind you, this is going to get curbed because of the standard mode, but it was kind of annoying where, they'd have these like low Ascendant players queuing with like high Eternus or something like that, and it just affects match quality because I feel like there is a difference between Eternus 6 and Eternus 6, if that makes sense. Like the top 100 versus the top, 500. Anyways, we recognize that the party size and rank spread limits might be too restrictive, but we wanted to start off this way and then adjust in the future as needed. That's always a good mindset to have, is like you start large and then, or I guess I say start large and then start small, but kind of the opposite, where it's like, hey, we can fine tune it and expand it as we need. But I like that. You cannot be in a party during calibration matches. That's another amazing change that's really good. So you can't just get boosted. Ranked mode will currently only allow for... Oh, no, sorry. I said that already. A new ranked hub in the hideout includes all the information about the current and past ranked seasons going forward and allows you to access global leaderboards and your rank history. You'll have an item in the hideout to commemorate your season's highest rank achievement when the season is over. So let's look for that. It says it's in the hideout. Is it up here maybe? Oh, no. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, and that's right. Yeah, so my rank also. Look, I don't have a rank. I can't even, there's no global leaderboard. I have no rank, anything like that. So look at this. So that's my current rank is Obscurus, and I have 70 days. Okay, so exactly 70 days. And then we can look at our match history as well, just on the ranked. And then it'll tell me how many that I need. And then we can look at the leaderboards. I assume this is going to get like reset in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, I'm 90. I'm washed. What about my Kelvin? Have I played enough? Yeah, I'm not on it because I haven't played him in a while. Okay, interesting. So it still has like the soft ranking that they mentioned, because yeah, there's still a top 1,000 just based off that, but this could adjust. I hope that they work on getting rid of this. I don't think that there should be multiple rank 1s, but that's a conversation for another day. But look at this. This is I like this. I like this a lot. We still keep the badges right here. And then also looks like we'll get our little medals that might adorn our hideout. This is something I'm really excited about, the idea of kind of decorating our hideout. It does lend itself to FOMO because like I don't have the snow globe from 2024, but I do have like the little souvenir from 2025. But anyways, I think that's pretty neat. I like it. It shows your badge right here. If you have other people, you can whip that out. But anyways, let's move on. Rank points. When you win or lose a game, you'll see your rank points update with a visible progress bar after each match. Each win or loss will grant you plus or minus 250 points on average, though those numbers could vary slightly depending on the expectations the matchmaker had from that game or while on win streaks. To progress to the next sub-rank, you need to collect 1,000 rank points for each promotion. However, the final sub-rank before moving to a new rank requires 2,000 points. Once you reach Eternus 1, there will no longer be a fixed amount of points needed to progress from one sub-rank to the other, as the thresholds will be dynamically updated daily to segment the sub-ranks on a percentile basis. There's also a rank loss protection when playing in ranked. You have 5 games of loss protection when on the boundary of a full rank. So if you're Mystic 1 with 0 rank points, you will maintain the Mystic badge until you lose 5 games before dropping to Sentinel. Similarly, when you're on a sub-rank boundary, you have 2 games of loss protection. So i.e. Mystic 3 with 0 rank points will have 2 games before protection before dropping to Mystic 2. So I like that a lot. And I think in a lot of ways this is kind of how it worked as it was, because that's something I noticed was it usually took me 4 wins like in a row or total, like counting, not, subtracting the losses to get into a new rank, and then hitting the threshold might take a little bit more. So I think this is kind of how it was, but they sort of just are putting it as a visual aid, so to speak. Okay, entering a match in hero selection. We think the ability to queue with this very specific hero in mind is an important and popular feature with most players, even more so in ranked, where it is critical that everyone has a good understanding of how to pilot their selected hero. Yeah, they're talking to me. By having hero selections done in advance of the game formation, we're able to utilize the matchmaker on the back end to mix and match players from the larger queue to meet everyone's preferences, such that players are able to get the hero they want, while also allowing us the ability to create a reasonable team composition. As part of this update, we've done some improvements on the matchmaker's ability to create solid team compositions. This is also something we expect to improve over time. As the player pool grows and as more heroes are released, the matchmaker will have more opportunities to create balanced matches with good team compositions while also increasing the chance you get the hero in your highest priority. Real quick, I've thought I wanted draft, and not just from reading this, but like over time I realized I think draft would be very annoying because it would affect one tricks, which this game lends itself to the shooter aspect like a lot more than what you might see in like Dota or League, to my understanding. So I'm okay if they never do a draft. I'm okay with that. I like the idea that it's like, hey, I want to queue up as this person, so I get to just queue up as this person, and the game, tries to figure it out. There's no such thing as a perfect match, and there's never going to be. But anyways, going back, however, we also recognize that even long-term, the matchmaker won't always be able to do a great job at this, depending on who is in the queue at the specific time, especially at ranks or regions where the queue is much thinner. As such, with this ranked update, we're introducing the ability to change your hero in the new pre-game phase. Okay, I'm very excited about this. Once you enter a new ranked match, you'll see a breakdown of the ranks of all players in the game. You will then enter a pre-game waiting area where you can control your hero. During this time, you can choose to change your given hero to any other hero that hasn't already been selected, as long as you have that hero unlocked for ranked play. The primary purpose of this is to allow players a quick way to adjust their team's hero composition to make any improvements they see fit. This is not intended to be primarily a counter-picking feature, as much as a quick way to improve your team's general hero composition, while still making it easy for players to have their preferred and most comfortable heroes in ranked by default. So this is where they fucked up. This is not intended. It's just going to be counter-picking like a motherfucker. Like, oh, they have a Dynamo Lab? Okay, Sinclair. Bing, bang, boom. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. But there's only so much. Oh, it's not intended to be. And then I'm sure there's some people, because I was reading it, and I was like, you could just counterpick if you wanted. But that might throw, because if you're not really good at that, this isn't, we don't have people subbing in like, well, if they pick this, so I think it might cycle itself out, but we'll see what happens. Anyways. Let me see here. As such, there isn't a live update of what heroes the enemy team is changing into. You'll only see their initial hero composition. If you end up swapping into a hero that the enemy team happened to also swap into before you, you'll get an error and then be able to select a different hero. Otherwise, you'll be given that hero. Each player can only swap into a new hero once. I like that. I like that a lot, at least. You can also use the new pre-game waiting area to adjust your starting lanes. Thank God. Oh my God. You won't be able to zipline swap after this. Pause will be disabled until 2 minutes after the game fully starts. Oh, thank God, dude. That was the most tilting thing. You wait 8 minutes in a queue, and then there's 3 pauses in a row for 30 seconds. And before anybody says, like, oh, Zoomer brain or whatever, that's just frustrating. Like, if you're just doing something, and it's like, pause. Okay, all right, okay, we can put pause. Like, it doesn't matter how long it was. It could be 10 seconds. It could be, like, 2 minutes. The mental effect would still be the same, so I'm very glad that they did this. Additionally, in ranked mode, the total number of heroes banned in a given game is increased from 2 to 3, and the algorithm used has been improved. We'll see. I don't even ban people anymore because I just don't feel like it does anything, but this might affect it because now you can swap heroes and stuff. But anyways. Abandons and penalties. Oh, boy, here we go. You cannot queue for ranked if you have any active sanctions on your account, low priority comms bans, etc. Awesome. If a player abandons a game before 5 minutes, the game will be marked as safe to leave and voided for all players except the leaver and their party. The game will count as a loss for the leaver and the party, and the abandoning player will receive leaver penalties. If a player abandons a game after 5 minutes, the player will receive leaver penalties, and their party will have the game count as a loss. I also love that their party gets penalized too. So that's awesome. So, like, if there's these fuckers that just have alt accounts, it's like, okay, well, your buddy has to swap now, too. Which I know that's not, like, a big thing because they have these alt accounts, but it's curbing it. They're doing something to curb it. So I am glad that they're doing something to try to affect this. Okay. Other players on the abandoning players team will have their game voided and are safe to leave without punishments. However, if they stay and win the game, it will be counted as a win. Oh, my God. Wait, so, okay. So now, because it used to be, oh, can somebody just abandon? If the player, okay, so if I'm reading this right, the game will end voided for all players except the leaver and their party. Okay, yeah, so everybody, so they still, I think it still counts as a loss. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. The game will count as a loss for their leaver, so it's not even... Okay, that's great. That's even if it's the green. So if you have the green, it's still like, no, you get a loss now. It's not like, oh, you got an abandoned and it's fine. Maybe it was like that before, but if not, I like that change that you're just getting an instant L. If a player abandons a game after 5 minutes, you get it's a loss no matter what. But then the people on the team have their game voided. So this I kind of like. But it could still backfire because it's just like, hey, can somebody leave? Like, just take one for the team. And then, mind you, it does affect the people that are in the party. So it's not like you can just have your buddy just, leave and then hop on a new account. But I do like that other people don't get penalized for it. So that is kind of neat. Hopefully this doesn't get abused. I don't think it will because they're affecting the party members. But we'll see. Okay, if all players on the abandoning team leave, the game will automatically end and be counted as a win. Finally, that was so annoying you had to finish the actual game. Okay, if you're on the opposing non-abandoning team, you will play the game out as normal. However, if a player on that team then abandons as well, they'll be penalized just like the first abandoning player / party, and the above rules kick in for the opposing team as well. In this case, none of the remaining players on either team will have the game count as a loss, and you'll only get if your team finishes and wins the game. Leaver penalties start with queue timeouts and escalating to increasing amounts of low-priority games. That's awesome. So I feel like this will help curb a lot. Like, mind you, there's still these people that have all these alt accounts, but now they're going to have to work more to play the heroes that they want. They have to grind out this shit, and then they'll have to grind out and keep grinding. So I'm very happy with what they're doing about how difficult they're making it for Smurfs. That's like the big thing I'm taking away from this, and then the standard mode also helping with that for people that want to learn. Okay, leaderboard. This update includes a few changes to the requirements to appear on the leaderboards. Okay, here we go. For the global leaderboard, the game count requirement in the last 30 days has increased from 50 to 75. For the hero specific, the game count requirement on that hero in the last 30 days has increased from 20 to 30. There's now also a new requirement for the hero specific leaderboards where you must have at least 100 lifetime wins on that hero to be considered. Okay. Rollout. This new system is live right now. However, we expect the next week or so to be very rocky as the ranked matchmaking pool will start off very thin, with most players not having the unlock requirements done yet. This will have a significant effect on queue times and match quality until things stabilize. It will also take some time for players to calibrate and move into the appropriate spots. We will be closely monitoring the matchmaker during this time, but we want players to be aware that both queue times, match quality, and team composition quality will need some time to ramp up. Given the large rewrite involved with this update, we're also expecting that it will take a couple of days to iron out bugs. Okay, and that's it. Honestly, there's nothing where I'm like, man, I don't... No, I love everything. I'm glad that they're not doing a draft. I think the only thing that I think might be a problem is the counter picking. I think there will be some fuckery with it. But I like the option where it's like, hey, no, we're not doing a draft, okay? This should be like, they're not going to say it explicitly, but they're like, we're not doing a draft because they want this. We think the ability to queue with a very specific hero in mind is an important and popular feature with most players. more so in ranked where it's critical that everyone has a good understanding of how to pilot their selected hero. I think that kind of emphasizes like, no, we don't want to draft, but like we understand that there's issues with team composition, so here's some kind of way to curb the negative effects where people are like, draft if, blah, 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 whatever. So, and then the pause thing and the abandoning thing, this makes me very optimistic for the future of this game. I am very excited with how this... I don't like this. I don't like that rims on my chalkboard. I wish I could get rid of that, but that's okay. But I really like this. I like this new area right here. I'm glad they gave it some kind of purpose. I hope we get another bench for voting, but I'm sure they could relegate that to just like right here. But all in all, yes, very excited. I will be streaming live tonight at around basically about 12 hours from now. Or no, more like 10. From when you're watching this video, I'll be streaming in about 10 hours if you're watching it live. 10 hours from when this video is posted, wanting to grind out. I'm very excited. I am happy that they did like a soft reset, but it keeps your like general rank, and that you know, everyone's coming at the gate Oracle 6. It's just kind of like a rite of passage for me, so to speak, because you know, I remember there's some people, oh, I can't wait till this, you never make it out of Oracle. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, we'll see. This is me being able to show myself. So, also, real quick, I'm kind of looking at this, and this is kind of crazy. Beta Season 1. So this kind of confirms that we're in a beta. We're no longer in alpha. We're in the open beta. The closed open beta, where anyone can join, but it's technically closed, because you have to have an invite, but the invite is a joke. You can just invite anybody right here. So we're in beta. And honestly, other than that, besides me just getting into it and playing the game, I think that's going to be it. And I'll see you in the next one on the next Broober Buff.